Keith with Bob CNC. Welcome to Shop Talk, and as always, I'm with my best buddy, Bobby.
With my best friend Keith.
You don't know what you're going to get anytime.
No,
do you?
I don't. No.
Well, it depends on if the meds have kicked in.
Yeah, it makes life interesting.
I'm feeling really good right
I'm
now.
glad you're feeling good, yeah.
What are we talking? Oh, we're talking kind of a series of or discussion
Yeah.
about precision and how precise CNC are.
Okay.
I read an article recently, and I've had a little experience of my own doing this. A guy was talking about hand cutting dovetails, and dovetails might not be the right subject for an XYZ
Right.
cutting machine, but it's a good illustration. He said that he could do by hand, or he could be more precise working by hand than the CNC could possibly be. And when I said that to you,
Yeah, it's like, ugh.
yeah,
That
your
doesn't
lips
seem right.
curled and everything. You
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I thought
Was
about
it
it.
personal?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I just think it's, I mean, I know there's craftsmen out there and there's craftsmen, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought, that really does make sense with wood. Right?
Okay.
And maybe this is why metal craftsmen don't do the kind of precise work that wood craftsmen do. Well, let me.
There's going to be a bunch of ticked off machinists.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Well, but machinists
You
use
contact Bob.
machinists use machines. Let me explain.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I was thinking about this because I know that, like, when you cut wood with the router bit, the CNC router bit, it follows the path. But what happens I wish we had one of them great big fancy slow motion cameras so that you could show this. But like if you just took a bale of straw and kind of got the grain together and you took a router bit across it,
Got all the stalks
Stalks,
the right way.
thank you.
Okay, I'm here
Yeah.
for you.
All right,
All right.
and you held them and you put a router bit and you buzzed across it, you would see that they would kind of bend over and it would cut them off and then they would kind of pop back. Well, when they pop back, it's not cut where it was supposed to be, right? So you lose a little bit of tolerance. And depending on the diameter of those stalks, the thickness, the moisture, of all of those things would depend on how much they squish back. Or even if you cut it from the side, maybe they wouldn't squish back as much. So let's take a piece of like pine or oak or a grainy wood, right?
Okay.
And you're cutting it with a router, it's actually compressing it as it cuts and then it kind of bounces back a little bit.
Okay.
And it can bounce
But
back.
it's not something you're going to see.
Oh no, it's not. And,
Yeah.
It's not huge, but it's there. So if you're cutting a piece of aluminum and you're peeling that loose aluminum off, it's a lot harder and it's more consistent or homogeneous throughout the material, right? So I like that word. It's
I know.
cool.
I'm
can
hearing
say
it all the time.
I can't
Yeah.
spell it, but
Yeah.
homogeneous. Yeah, that's so cool. So, but it's cutting and it's going to be a lot more accurate than it is with wood, even with the same machine, because it's the wood that's moving around, not actually the metal. So this is why, like at Bob CNC, when we set up our plywood that we use to make our CNC machines, we actually have a 10,000ths gap for our line-on-line fit, right, when we use our CNC.
So what do you mean by line on line?
So if you, line on line, so if you have like a dovetail joint and it fits together, this line would be perfectly made up with that line.
Right.
We actually, we separated by 10,000.
That's a thick 10,000.
That's, yeah, well, I'm, exactly.
You're very tolerant.
Thank you, 10,000. Right, so you wouldn't do that with like metals and stuff. You could
Right.
really just take off like 2/10 of a thousandth and it would do the same thing. It would,
Right.
it would fit nice. So with wood, you can't do that. But it's not the bit or the router's fault. It's really the wood that's moving around. And it's not intuitive. So get back to your story where the guy's cutting.
Yeah.
He's marking them and he's putting them together and he can see that few
Right.
thousandths and he can sand on it, chisel it with some really sharp chisels.
Chisel,
Right?
yeah.
Peel,
I got some.
shave it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any sharp chisels.
Yeah, I know. I gave you some.
Yeah,
They're not sharp
I know.
anymore.
But yeah, so that he can make
Yeah.
that perfect joint where a CNC doesn't really know where it's going.
But it's not a
just
knock on the CNC.
No, not at all. It's just the way that wood is. Not if you were doing metal or plastics, you would find that the machine could hold better tolerance than a person could hold, or at least that's my theory.
Okay.
There'll be some guy out there that can like shave plastic like you wouldn't believe. And he'll
Well, I'm
bring
quite
it
sure
up.
there are people
Yeah.
that can do that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Have you said everything you want to say?
I guess.
Okay.
Did you want to say something?
No, it doesn't do any good because you'd make fun of it.
Well,
Okay. Well, anyway,
can you
guys.
go ahead and say
t-
something?
Shush, Bob.
Okay.
Till next time, we'll see you.